So thank you both so much for meeting me. We will go through a couple of questions if you're happy to, just about your involvement with Arts for Dementia and your involvement in Arts Wednesdays as well, which you attend most weeks anyway. So a first question, how did you first come across Arts for Dementia? And what made you want to join Arts for Dementia in the first place?
Well, we were very lucky because the memory service gave us a sheet of possible activities for people with dementia when Harry had his diagnosis. And we saw that the Rambert had a dance program and in their studios on the South Bank, and we went along and had a great time. It
was marvelous fun.
And after that, we kept our eye on the your website to see what else is coming up. And I remember, I mean, we've done lots of things, but we went to Clay for Dementia at the Garden Museum. That was a fantastic program.
Yes, absolutely.
And then to the Royal Opera House for the dance. Remember
yes,
that?
Dance, absolutely.
The
pianist and a lovely double row of people, and you would take your partner and dance down between the two aisles of people.
Yeah, it was a success too. Everything we've been to, we've had fun.
Oh, amazing. I'm so glad you managed to do so much with us. It's brilliant. And what Arts for Dementia workshops have you been involved with, and what were your initial impressions? I suppose you've just answered that really, but I wonder what your
what were your initial impressions when you go into a group?
Oh, they're so welcoming, and you meet everybody and you find new friends, and it's really marvelous.
Lovely relaxed atmosphere.
Yes, and I love the pianist there.
Yes, well, you remember the pianist very well.
Music always makes the heart sing, doesn't it?
It's always improves the world.
It does. And you have been joining me with our Art Wednesday sessions each week online. What do you most enjoy about the Art Wednesday sessions?
Well, I think what we like most is the variety in terms of the activity, the wide range. I mean, my favorite was drawing to music, for example. Back on the music theme again. But there was just such a variety and outside guests as well. And one of the things we really like is that there were people from all over the country. Because we were doing it on Zoom, we were able to be in contact with people we wouldn't have been otherwise.
Right,
you get a little pocket into a little part of the UK, don't you? And we've obviously done a few art forms, looked at different art forms with Art Wednesdays, and also you've done the clay for dementia and the dance and the music. I wonder, for both of you, what's your favourite art form that you've done with Arts for Dementia?
I think it was moving to music. That's so relaxing, because it gives you the beat, it gives you a sense of movement, and you don't have to think about it. You just go, and the pianist was excellent.
And I was going to say one of Harry's very favorite activities was clay.
Oh yes.
Which was something new that he hadn't done before, and I hadn't done either. And both of us enjoyed it very much. And we have now a flat filled with clay creations.
And also, I don't know what that was for you, but the not looking and just going over not following the pencil, delaying the pencil, your mind moved the pencil, and then filling in all the strange shapes that you suddenly have created. That was great fun.
Yes, there's something quite therapeutic, isn't there?
It is, absolutely.
Colouring in. Oh, I'm so glad that you've got clay and pots and all sorts around the house after that. And are there any sessions, I suppose you probably answered this as well, but any sessions that have been particularly enjoyable, or would you say it's the clay and the music?
Certainly the clay is marvelous, because you get your mind and your hands working together, and the music is just so relaxing to dance to music. It takes away your tension.
I think the key is the variety, so that you don't feel as if you're only doing one thing, and the whole world of possibilities opens up to you. Also, from our point of view, we're lucky we live in an area where there are lots of interesting shops, and so doing these activities makes us look at things in the windows differently. For example, to take clay, if you've done some clay, you see that this is a pot that's very difficult to do. Look at what they've done around the bottom, or something like that.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? When we've had the Science Museum, for example, come along to our sessions, and they introduce you to a whole new kind of object, you think, oh,
Yes.
look at that completely differently now.
Or we had a session when someone came from the Wallace collection and introduced us to a painting in a new way, a way that was new to me, just taking a little section of it, not showing us the whole thing. And we looked at that little section, and then we looked at it, and then we got to see the whole thing. Well, we can now go out and look at stuff in the window and just look at a little section. Let's just look at the handbag.
Yes.
And,
yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It does make you look at your own things in a very different way. But I think taking little sections at a time is far more interesting, I think.
Yes. And you realize the incredible dexterity of the painters. You see a little bit of it, and you think, goodness, how many brushstrokes go into that little tiny corner.
Yeah, it's made me look differently when I go to a gallery now, rather than trying to take the whole thing in. Go and spend a little time at each section. We kind of need our own little binoculars, or
exactly. I carry my binoculars with me.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant, thank you. And I wondered as well, going back to Art Wednesdays, where we had to move everything online on Zoom because we weren't allowed out, and we had to kind of shield ourselves. I wonder how that sort of helped during the pandemic, being able to still meet online, and whether that was helpful for you.
Yes, I think so. Because it gives us activity and makes us move. And just walking helps slowly with me.
I think what Harry means, it gets him out of his chair, and you sit down somewhere else and do something. It was wonderful. Frankly, it was wonderful. I mean, I describe myself as Chief Entertainment Officer, and the Chief Entertainment Officer was delighted that there was something that was regular in the schedule, because we stayed home for quite a long time because of underlying conditions. And to get a structure in your week was very important. This came on Wednesdays. It was always a sunny Wednesday. That was guaranteed. We had good weather. And we met, there was a regular group. There were people who were coming and going and joining, and that was nice. But you'd see what we would describe as online friends, and that was very very nice. It worked so very well. I never would have thought that it would have been so successful as an online activity for us, but it was.
Oh, good. And long may it continue.
Absolutely. Please continue.
Well, thank you. And last but not least, for anybody thinking that they may want to join an Arts for Dementia activity, or who haven't joined in any kind of arts activities before, what would you say to those people thinking about joining us?
Oh, try it, because it's just such an amazing atmosphere. You meet interesting people, and it sort of stretches your mind. No, I think it's a stunning program, because you look at things differently after you've been there.
I would say, don't hold back. Have a go. It's such a relaxed atmosphere. No one there is aiming to be a professional dancer or a professional artist or anything.
Yeah.
It's just to have fun. And Harry always says that the best thing about it is you don't need to worry about making a mistake, doing anything wrong. It's just
Absolutely.
just to have fun. And I say that in a sense, Harry has been my ticket to new adventures, because I'm doing lots of things that I never would have signed up for and enjoying them.
Yeah.